Okay, guys, good morning. Audible? Okay, cool. Guys, as I was mentioning, we are here for comprehension part. I'm sure you might have seen this. You see paragraphs. Based on a paragraph, you have some questions. And understand, paragraphs are different, questions are same. So straight away is expecting you to understand certain skills. I'm sure you might have gone through that. Inferences, main point, okay, assumptions. Do you have any other? Recently, for the past 2-3 years, he is using the word corollary. So there are certain questions, or rather I would say skill set, he is expecting from you. Okay, now what happens here, we are reading and you understand in whatever way, it's the casual reading. This is called active reading. Before we go ahead with the comprehension, I want you guys to really understand these sentence structures. So guys, have patience. There is a particular way of writing. I would always say, reading is exactly opposite of writing. If you know how to write, you know how to read. If you know how to read, you know how to write. Two sides of the same coin, right? And I would say 3 angles. Number 1, grammatical angle. Obviously in exam you're not going to be tested this grammatical angle, but back of the mind definitely it works, right? And next, usage part. In what way the sentence is used. Now third and final most important part is ideas. Now check it out. One sentence. Our whole story begins with a sentence. You should be in a position to read sentence properly. It's not that simply going through the sentence. What is going inside? That's what I'm more interested in. Okay, as I said, this is like, software backside, it is running, processing. Now I would say usage. Maybe a statement, okay, or a question, exclamatory, blah, blah, blah. Let's focus more on this. And more of this you see here, statements. Now, when you say reading part, consciously, I would do like this. Check the opinion, check the facts. Once again, when I give a sentence, I am the writer, okay, I am giving my opinion or I am giving a fact. When you read a paragraph, that is the first thing I want you to do that. So first sentence, writer has given his opinion, okay. Second one, a fact. Third one, a fact. Now see here, Raju is a good boy. Is it an opinion or a fact? It's my opinion. So most of the times, if you guys observe, and especially even if you see this editorial stuff, writer has an opinion on something and he is trying to convince you. Okay, so what do I mean by convincing others? Or how do you think I can actually convince others? How do you think I can convince you? I can have opinions on anything, no problem. You have your opinions, I have my opinion. But how can I actually convince you? By supporting this opinion with minimum one fact, at least. When I say, Raju is a good boy, okay, fine, that's your opinion, but why should I believe you? Then I say, Raju is a good boy. He comes to classes regularly. Is it a fact or opinion? Fact. Okay, why do you think I'm giving this? To support this, my opinion. Then again, I would think from reader's point of view. Why would readers believe in that? Okay, let me give one supporting. He has got 98% of attendance. Look, there's 3 sentences as a paragraph. Raju is a good boy. Raju comes to classes regularly. He has got 98% of attendance. Right? Getting my point? Pattern. So that's what generally happens. Most of the times, the first sentence of a paragraph is opinion. Not necessarily. Most of the times. Now, another angle what I want you to understand, guys. You can expect to see a paragraph with only facts. He may not give you his opinion. He expects you to understand his opinion. Or he will give you facts and opinions, facts and opinions. As I said, most of the times first sentence is opinion or last sentence can be opinion. Sometimes in between. So whatever. So especially when it comes to this academic part, he won't be very creative. If you go through your CSAT paragraphs, he will straight away stick to the pattern. Now, why do you think people follow this pattern? That's the way human brain understands. If I want to tell you something, I obviously have some logical order. Without your knowledge also you frame. You want to tell me something. You know, when I ask you, please, what's your opinion on that, or can you explain me something? Definitely you frame a particular pattern. Understand those patterns. That's the first thing I want you guys to understand. So consciously, sir, fact, opinion, fact, opinion. So we'll try with one paragraph. Let me check. Straight away I will go to our targeted stuff. Can you see? Yes, can you see this? Is it okay? Can you read that? No? Let me just. Okay? Can you see this? Now don't think of anything. I am giving you one particular target. Read the first sentence. Up to which part is the first sentence? Read the first sentence. In India, over the last decade or so, labor has been departing agriculture, but is only going to construction and unregistered manufacturing, which are not markedly better jobs. Full stop. Is it a fact or writer's opinion? You are reading it to find out that. Tell me. Answer me. Say it loudly. Once again. In India, over the last decade or so, labor has been departing agriculture, but is only going to construction and unregistered manufacturing, which are not markedly better jobs. Now, please pay attention. Actually, guys, one sentence may be the package of 2-3 sentences or ideas. Please understand, more than a sentence. When I say a sentence, one sentence is equal to one idea. Okay? Grammatically, it may be a sentence, but that sentence has 2 ideas. For example, listen to me. Raj, who is a doctor, is here to help you. How many ideas are there in this sentence? What is one? Another one? Here to help you. Actually, 2 ideas are there. Okay, in a sentence, I'm talking about the grammatical angle of this. I may have 2-3 ideas. Sometimes all these, let us say 3 ideas. 3 ideas are equally important. Or sometimes primary, secondary. Okay, slowly I'll put you on the track. So point I'm trying to make here, there are, look at this. In India, over the last decade or so, labor has been departing agriculture, but is only going to construction and unregistered manufacturing. There are actually 3 ideas. Number 1, departing agriculture is one idea. Going to construction and unregistered manufacturing is second idea. Third idea is not markedly better jobs. 3 ideas are there. And a short way, I would say, as many verbs, those many ideas. Are you guys following? If I have 3 verbs, I would say this sentence is made of 3 ideas. Okay? And remember, which, who, when, that. If you see that, these are called linkers, linking words. These are secondary ideas. So I would focus on this. Now you tell me, is it writer's opinion or fact? In India, over the last decade or so, labor has been departing agriculture but is only going to construction and unregistered manufacturing. Fact means which you can cross-check. Even with a third source, facts can be checked. When I say Raj is a good boy, only I believe in that. He comes to classes regularly means, can you make out, can you find out, can you see? Right? He has got 98% of attendance, that also you can check. Now, I would say this is a fact. Agreed? This idea is his opinion, but I am not really worried. Slowly I'll take you to this grammatical angle. Just I want to give the overall picture, then I'll tell you what are the exact skills we are going to, or you are supposed to learn. Okay? So this is a fact. Fine. Now, as a reader, why do you think this fellow has given this fact? I'll find out. Now go to the next one. In fact, it's a continuation bar, right? It's a comma or full stop. Okay, so, okay, fine. Services where labor tends to be most productive are not generating the additional jobs the country needs. Is it a fact or an opinion? Services where labor tends to be most productive are not generating the additional jobs the country needs. Now, there are actually two ideas. Where labor tends to be most productive, secondary idea. Services are not generating the additional jobs the country needs. Is it a fact or opinion? Are you following what I am trying to say? I am actually checking out what should be checked. I am only checking what is actually need to be checked. That is what I want you to understand. Don't worry, even if you don't get it, I am just telling you, buddies, these are the skills you need. This is the way you have to read. It's not that simply going through the lines. Okay, this is the way. You need to break that into ideas. Ideas can be opinions and facts. You know, finally, you understand, once you break this into facts and opinions, there are actually three persons involved in this story. Number one, writer who has written this. Number two, reader. You are the reader. Number three, examiner. You know, writer writes whatever he wants to write. He is trying to convey something to you. He conveyed and left. Now examiner comes and says, guys, have you gone through this? Yes, sir. Okay. Now, do you understand this? Yes, sir. Okay, let me check. Then he'll ask questions. Then most of the time, the first question is, what is this writer is telling you? Overall picture. Right? And in other words, some questions deal with facts. Some questions deal with opinions. Some questions deal hiddenly. Inference, we say. That's it. You go for any exam. Forget about CSAT. You go for any exam where you have reading comprehension stuff is there. Obviously, you know, paragraphs are different. Questions are same. What can he ask? Overall picture or a specific point. Get my point? Or hidden stuff. Reading between lines, we say. That's it. As I said, it's a skill based. If you see your previous papers and all, you can see that pattern. Same question. Questions are same. Paragraphs are different. And another thing what I want you to understand is the way something is written, there's a pattern. Even that is same. You cannot change it. Get my point? So go for the next one. Now you tell me. What about this one? India will need 24 million or so jobs over the next decade. Fact or opinion? Say it loudly. When some data is there, obviously it's a fact. Get your point? India will need 24 million or so jobs over the next decade. Fine. The new sector, e-commerce, can at best close only half of the jobs gap. Fact or opinion? His opinion. Next, only those sectors that drive domestic demand, such as health and education, can comfortably fill the other half. Clear? So he has given some facts, he has given some opinions. Now, depends on the question. Now, don't worry about the questions. Just look at the question once to have an idea. Now, look at the question. Which one of the following is best implied in the passage? Undercurrent, hidden stuff. We'll see that later. Don't worry. Just focus on the questions. Now look at this question. Which one of the following is the most logical and rational inference? This is also hidden stuff. We'll see all this stuff. Just read the question. With reference to the above passage, the following assumptions have been made. Assumptions, inferences, main point, main idea, or conclusion. These are the words frequently used. Okay. We'll come back. Do you guys have? Don't worry, I'll give you all the stuff. Do you have paper at least? We can have a common reading material, whatever it is. Okay, you can also open it, right? Very good. Is it today's? The only thing I need, this is 17th. Okay, I can open this. Any editorial will have a common reading material. Let's go with today's Hindu. Okay, editorial stuff, take out that. Yeah? Technical problems. Yeah, can you show me what is that common paragraph? Editorial stuff. This will go with this. Okay. Yes. Trade winds. All of you go with this. We'll have a common reading stuff. And I want everybody to respond. Yeah, so that we are on the same page. Your target is read the first sentence and tell me whether this sentence is opinion or fact. Check it out. December 2022 marked the steepest fall in 2 years of India's goods exports, with products worth $34.5 billion shipped out 12.2% lower than a year ago. All of you? Okay. Fine. Actually, is it today's? Thank you very much. Okay. Let's not confuse you at this time. Go ahead. Fine. Now, somebody has started his paragraph with a fact. Why do you think he's giving this fact? Obviously, he wants to say something. Right? Now, go ahead. Go to the next one. This was the second time in 3 months that shipments dropped year on year, and top commerce ministry officials sought to calm nerves by citing global headwinds that were posing challenges for Indian merchandise. Now, 2 points I would like to tell you here. Guys, we casually read it, but when I say active reading, you should know where to break these long sentences. Can you show me that? It's a long sentence. Don't worry about the time. Focus on a sentence. Let me and you also make sure that we read properly, we understand properly. Read this. This was the second time in 3 months that shipments dropped year on year, and top commerce ministry officials sought to calm nerves by citing the global headwinds that were posing challenges for Indian merchandise. There are actually how many sentences or some ideas are here? 2 ideas. Okay? Is it a fact or opinion? Is it a fact or opinion? This is also a fact. If I am giving you third person's opinion, that is also fact. Okay? Now, don't try to understand the minute details. Broadly, first reading, facts. He has given 2 facts. Obviously, he is trying to tell you something, right? We'll see that later. Go ahead. Go to the next sentence. These include the clouds of recession blowing through Europe and the US, the COVID-19 situation in China, and a reversion towards protectionism in some markets. Is it a fact or opinion? Say loudly. That's what the first thing of comprehension. Am I giving you all facts, or am I giving you opinions or opinion fact? First, you are very good at that. Now, depends on the question he has given. Oh, I need to focus on facts. Okay, I need to focus on opinions. What else you have? The raw material I have is facts and opinions. Okay, fact. Now go to the next one. To be clear, a high base effect also played a role in exaggerating the year-on-year export dip in December. Is opinion? Opinion? Look at this. To be clear, a high base effect also played a role in exaggerating the year-on-year export dip in December. His opinion, acha, in what way? December 2021 had clocked the second highest exports worth so-and-so billion in 21-22, when India's goods shipment crossed a record 422 billion. Fact or opinion? Fact, because of this data. The world's trade dynamics have been altered since then, as the momentum swung from a strong post-pandemic pent-up rebound to a stuttering growth trajectory amid soaring inflation and geopolitical muddling, with the Ukraine-Russia conflict counting as only one of the many shocks to the global economy through 2022. Long sentence. I am reading this sentence only to find out is a fact and opinion. Okay, don't really get carried away. So guys, somewhere he has given one opinion, rest of the sentences are all facts. Okay, maybe what happens initially, sometimes nothing goes inside, but broadly understand something he is talking about. Okay, now you have a target. Let him ask any question. Okay, or let him give any passage. When I read first step, I will see whether it is okay. Obviously, to get this stuff, you should have that grammatical knowledge of the sentence. How many ways a sentences are written? Okay, how many ways? What happened to this? All technical problems. Could you please call me that down? Okay, guys. This is the first step. Now, second step is one paragraph. If you guys see these passages, there is a break in those paragraphs. Why do you think these guys use separate paragraphs? Why do you have separate paragraphs? Why not you see one paragraph? One paragraph means one idea. If there is a change in the idea, paragraph is changed. Got no point? So let us stick to one paragraph. And one paragraph deals with one major idea. One major idea, or rather opinion of the writer. He has got one opinion. Okay. Now, one idea, guys, should talk about who or what. When I say I am talking about something, something is equal to what or who. Getting my point? Paragraph should talk about some person. That paragraph should talk about one idea. What else you can talk about? Getting my point? So these things is a sign. First step, second step. Now third step is about answering question. Let him ask any question. Can you make out this? That is the first thing. Okay, so I would like to focus on some grammatical angle of the sentence so that you can be good at identifying facts and opinions. Nobody is going to ask you grammatical stuff, but as I told you, that will work back of your mind to get these ideas clear. Okay. What happened to this? Guys, please go through that. So let me take some time just to focus on how sentences are written. Okay, now please pay attention. I have an idea, or you have an idea, or somebody has an idea. How can I put that idea in a sentence? There are only three ways. That's it. The whole English is going around these three patterns, which we call simple sentence, compound, or complex. That's the first thing. Okay, simple, one idea. Compound, more than one idea. Complex, more than one idea. Okay, how do I know this sentence has only one idea? Starting from a capital letter to the full stop, if I have one verb, simple sentence. Got my point? Now, if these two ideas are linked with read this, fanboys. These are called linking words, which help me to give equal status. For, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. That's it, standard linking words. When I'm joining two sentences with and, you understand that there are two ideas and are equally important. Okay, this is called compound sentence. I may have more than one idea. 3 sentences I can join with comma and. Getting my point? He is good, comma, he is intelligent, and he is rich. How many ideas are there? 3 ideas. 3 ideas equally. Fine. Now, coming to the next one, guys. Complex means minimum 2 ideas. Okay, how do I know one idea? With what I can make out that this is one idea? With the help of verb. Now I have 2 sentences. So the intention of writer is, this is primary, second idea is secondary. Let me have 3 ideas. 1 primary, minimum 1 primary, 2 are secondary, or 2 primary, secondary. Get my point? If I have the combination of primary and secondary, that is complex. Okay? So I have, let us say, 5 ideas I have, and I have to put that in one sentence, then I choose this complex. So I'll say this is primary, this is secondary, this is secondary. So I am focusing on that. Now can you see this? Read that. The whistle blew. When the whistle blew. Okay, I cannot see that. Word group B is not a... Okay, where is the first one? Yeah. Now please make out which one is a sentence, which one is not a sentence. Can you see that? Same. The whistle blew. When the whistle blew. One is a sentence, one is not a sentence. Which one is a sentence, which one is not a sentence? Simple. You don't have to. Second is not a sentence. Why?
Because it shows it's in a continuation.
Very good. You know, some incomplete. Technically, I have that verb, but there is some, incomplete. When I say when the whistle blew, you're expecting something from me. When the whistle blew, you're waiting. And I put a full stop and what? No. Whereas the whistle blew, okay, good, got it. So, can you make when the whistle blew as a meaningful sentence? So, what do you cut? Which word you cut?
When.
Got the point? So, guys, this is secondary idea. So, if when the whistle blew, comma, it means secondary idea. Now I'll give the primary idea. Students came to the ground. When whistle blew, students came to the ground. This is one sentence. Which is primary? Students came to the ground is a primary. What is secondary? Now your focus should be always on primary. Now you tell me this is a fact or opinion. Then when I give you one secondary primary idea, when I ask you fact or opinion, you have to focus on primary idea. Now students came to the ground. Fact or opinion? Fact, which you can cross check. Simple thing. If I want to cross check this idea, only I am talking to or asking writer opinion. I can check with anyone is a fact. Okay. Look at this one. The road was rough because the road was rough. Which word group is a class? Class means nothing but secondary idea. Which one is a secondary idea here? Please pay attention to these words. These are standard. All W words. When, where, why, how, whom, whose, who. These are all, if you see that in a sentence, that marks the beginning of the secondary idea. Okay? Fine. Look at this, guys. Please write down this one. This secondary idea, whatever the secondary idea we have, can be answer for these questions. When, where, why, or how. Guys, have patience. Make sure your fundamentals are, strong. Then that becomes very, very easy. Only thing is patience. Okay. Now, when I give you one sentence, now we are looking at the grammatical angle of that. You can expect to see one primary, one secondary. Okay. Now, point what I am trying to make here. That secondary idea can be answer for when, where, why, or how. Now listen to this statement I'll give you. He came before I had come here. I'm asking to look at the sentence from grammatical angle. Where is the primary? Where is the secondary? He came is primary. Secondary is? Okay. Now, what is the question word you put from these question words? He came blank. Fill that blank with one of these questions. He came when. So, getting a point, what I'm trying to say, sentence is giving you answer for when. But sentence, that sentence may give you answer for where. Secondary idea. That can give you answer for why. That can give you answer for how. That can give you answer for what. Getting my point? Indirectly, when you're looking, okay, you are getting answers for your questions. That's what this answers, right? That's what this paragraph is all about. Okay, fine. Next. Now look at this, guys. Our sales increased recently. Recently. What is the question you put so that answer is recently? Our sales increased, put a question. When, already. Recently is giving you answer for question when. Now look at this. Where is our sales increased when we lowered our price? Where is the secondary sentence? You can't see that, right? Our sales increased when we lowered our price. This is the secondary. Now, our sales increased when? Single word answer in the sentence. Our sales increased when? When we lowered our price. Are you following? I can give you answer for when, where, why, how in a single word or in a sentence. That sentence is called secondary. So you should know where to begin. And comprehension part, you should always focus on the primary. I may have 3 ideas, 1 primary, 2 secondaries. Our focus is on primary. Now check it out. Our form begins here. What is the question word I put for here? Where. Now our form begins dash. Where the road turns. Can you see the difference? In the previous one, single word, and in the second one, secondary idea, answer for where. Fine. Now, Mr. Karan spoke seriously. Now tell me what is the question word it takes? How. Mr. Karan spoke how? Mr. Karan spoke seriously. Now, Mr. Karan spoke how? Answer me from the second sentence for how. Mr. Karan spoke how. Answer for how in the second sentence is as if he meant business. So when you see this as if link, that is actually answer for how. She walks as if she were the queen. She walks how? As if she were the queen. Okay. Now, look at these 2 sentences. We moved because our house was too small. We moved where there were very few other houses. Now he's asking us to do something. In which sentence does the secondary idea tell why about the verb moved? Which one is answer for why? First one or second one? What is the question you put for the second one? We moved where? Got the point? So ultimately, you are looking at the paragraphs from whose, whom's, what's, where, when's. That's what. How. Fine. Next. Look at these two sentences. Don't really worry about this grammatical terms. Nobody is going to ask you. As long as you understand the ideas. Ideas you can understand from this point, like W questions. The engine will start if you push the car. The engine will start when you turn the key. He is asking a question. Condition. Which one is giving you on what condition? Answer for what? On what condition is giving you A or B. The engine will start dash. The engine will start dash. If is condition. If you come here, I will help you. I will help you on what condition? If you come. Like that. The engine will start on what condition? If you push the car. Whatever key, that is actually car. Or key it is. The engine will start when you turn the key. When? This is when. Clear, guys? Okay. Now, Varun went to school because a test was scheduled. Varun went to school although he had a bad cold. In which sentence this secondary part gives you answer for under what condition? Under what condition Varun went to school? So sentence is A or B for this question. Okay, I'll ask you one. Why? Varun went to school, why? First one or second one? Answer for why is first one or second one? First one. Second one? First one is reason. Why is reason? Second one is on what condition? Though he had a cold, under this condition, he went to school. Now, please pay attention to this. Learn to recognize the secondary class signals, secondary idea signals. They tell us, they are grouped when, while, when, whenever, as. Please write down. Subheading is time. Time. These class signals, these signals will help me to understand that it is actually talking about the time factor. When, while, when is a double thing. Whenever, as soon as, before, after, since, until, etc. Okay? This is all for writing part. I'll focus on. Okay. Let's see here. Read these two sentences. A serious fire broke out and the building was empty. How many ideas are there in the first sentence? Two. A serious fire broke out, one idea. The building was empty, second idea. Now I am joining these two sentences